So Showtime is going to do a story about James Comey, the FBI director who not only scuttled the Hillary investigation, but then was sucked in to the Russian hoax against Donald Trump. It is based on Comey's book, A Higher Loyalty. It's called The Comey Rule. So, if you're afraid it might be a little bit biased, silly you, let's take a look at the trailer.
So we are now 15 days before a presidential election, and we have to go through 347,000 emails to determine if one of the candidates in that election needs to be indicted.
Russia. We think they're trying to sabotage Secretary Clinton's campaign.
How?
Never spend much time on Facebook.
Hours to go before the polls begin to close.
Wisconsin, you see the lead? This is a sweep.
Director Comey.
The networks have all called it for Trump.
No one has ever succeeded like I have.
This was not espionage. This was an attack.
You're gonna get clobbered, Jim.
Jim Comey, he's more famous than me. Really looking forward to working with you. Let's take a picture.
We've now been presented the dossier concerning Russia and its connection to Trump. Putin began cultivating Trump as an asset, helped in real estate deals, hundreds of millions in loans.
That constitutes a real threat to national security.
Would you like to come over for dinner tonight?
Just the two of us?
Nobody gets treated as unfairly as I do. It's disgraceful.
Sir?
I need loyalty. I expect loyalty.
The president just committed a crime in your presence.
Stop deciding what we do and don't need to know.
It's so crazy in there.
We're steaming towards an iceberg.
I want to know what you can do to lift this Russia cloud.
If we ever put anything above the truth, it's a bell that can never be unrung.
He's a bad guy. He's a dishonest guy.
You're being pulled into a conspiracy.
You fired Sally Yates.
Do you really not know how screwed you are?
You went there to put bad guys away, not to help them become president.
He thinks that being right will save him. It won't.
My favorite line in the entire trailer, if you couldn't see it, it was, no matter which side you're on, you only know half the story. And I thought the next line should have been this half, because this is the one that the mainstream media has been touting all along. This is Comey's book. He is a sanctimonious buffoon. I don't actually think that Comey was a conspirator like Peter Strzok trying to bring down the president. I think he was a fool. I think he was misled by Russian disinformation. He was misled into feeling that he had to come out and basically clear Hillary Clinton of the crime she had obviously committed himself, and it was none of his business to do that. He was only supposed to turn over his investigation to the Justice Department and let the Justice Department make the call, but he didn't do it. And then he had to go back and say, oh, now we have to look at some of these other emails of Hillary Clinton, which may have affected the election. That may have actually had an effect on the election. So he may have helped Trump get elected. And then, if nothing else, he was completely fooled into using the Steele dossier, which was a complete disinformation. It was Russian disinformation. He was being played like a puppet. He was just being played like a puppet, if he wasn't actually conspiring. And then, finally, when he got fired, by his own admission, he leaked classified information to the press to get the Mueller investigation started, to get a special prosecutor to go after Trump. So he took his vengeance by leaking classified information to the press through a friend at Columbia University. This guy is a sanctimonious buffoon. I mean, he's a sanctimonious clown. And so they've got Jeff Daniels playing him like a plaster saint. Daniels can't even smile. He's got to be, he's too good even to have an expression on his face. He's too clean even to have his face. If we put anything above the truth, that bell can never be unrung. And then, who is it? Brendan Gleeson is playing Trump. He's playing Trump as the meanest orange man. I am an orange man and I am bad. So we can look forward to this, but I have to say, I laugh at it because it's so corrupt and stupid. But this is what people will have, right? This is what people will remember. And even though nobody will watch it when it comes on, this is the thing that'll play at 2 o'clock in the morning forever. And we, on our side, because we're Philistines and stupid, we don't make these pictures. We don't make a picture of the real Russian hoax so that people can have an entertaining version of that. And that's the problem. That's why it's not as funny as it should be. But it is as grotesquely biased as it can possibly be. And the idea that they would make the story from Trump's point of view, or even from just an unbiased middle of the road point of view, is just beyond imagination.